Hello everyone, this is Patrick, and today I'll be showing you how to install MixPost on Ubuntu. First we will go to docs.mixpost.app /lite/installation/docker. Now you can just do this by going here and selecting the light version. And looking at things, the Pro version is installed in a similar way, as is the Enterprise version. So hopefully we shouldn't need to, if you're using either of the paid versions, this should be the same for you. Now first we won't set up the DNS because we're hosting on localhost, but if you're setting up a system like this, you should point your domain or subdomain to the server. Next we'll install Docker. You should just copy this and take a window in terminal and paste it here. Now I've already logged in as ran a sudo command before, so I don't need to input my password. But if it asks you to input the password, it might sometimes interrupt the command execution, so you can just run it again. Next you run this command here to install the Docker packages. As I've already done this, it's very quick for me. And next thing we need to do is create a Docker Compose file. Now I've already created a Docker Compose file in a MixPost directory. So first we'll have Docker Compose.yml, and next we'll have the environment file. You can get the contents of the Compose.yml file from here. And the important thing is to choose it without SSL support, because with SSL support, this can cause issues where the system claims that port 80 is already in use, but by not using SSL support, we can avoid that. And we can next get the structure of the environment file from here as well. So from the compose YML, in the compose YML we change nothing, but in the environment file we have a name to change here. We have a key used to encrypt and decrypt sensitive data. You get it from this link over here, and when you open it in a new tab, you can get a new app key on every refresh. Just copy this key here and paste it into the slot over here. Next we have a debug mode setting, which we will ignore. We have a domain or subdomain. I changed it to my mixpost.app, but if you own a URL and you're pointing at the server, you should input it here. And our full application URL is here. Now the important thing here is to change the URL from HTTPS to HTTP, as we're doing this without SSL. Next we have the MySQL connection setup. You can see the DB database here, the username and the password. In this case, I just specified the password to be something suitably generic. And finally, we have an email address, which I will conveniently ignore as well. Next, this is general commands. Next, we will navigate to the directory that contains our two files. And we will run docker compose up d. We'll get our permissions denied, so we'll just run sudo docker compose up d. We'll have it run and start. You can see that our containers are currently starting. We should only have 3 of them. Since we don't have the Trafic container, the SSL version uses and also breaks at the same time. Next, we should be able to view logs. So docker compose logs f. We'll get permissions denied again, so we'll just run that as a sudo. You can see that our processes are running. So when this line here says MixPost has started, you can now log in. In this case, our if you try to connect to MixPost, you'll see that there's an error as it says the secure connection failed. In this case, you should go to the URL, the search bar here, and manually change it to HTTP. And now we can enter MixPost. We can add a social account in some way or another. We can create posts. We have access to our dashboard. And we can now do everything we need. Now to upgrade to Pro, you just click the button there and set it up similarly to our current version. We can set our profile here and also sign out as well. Now if you want to turn it off, we first head back to our page here where the logs were. We press Ctrl C to stop viewing the logs, and now we're back in the MixPost directory, and to stop it we simply run docker compose, sudo docker compose stop. We wait for our container to stop, and once every container is stopped, we have successfully shut down MixPost. That's everything in this video, and thank you for watching.